Well, I have no clue how many videos I'm started on this SD card. How to make an intro for a video interesting, but I've got this mower right here. It's got a transaxle in it. It's just a Spicer, nothing crazy, with a 2.5-inch pulley on the back, and then just like a 7-inch on the front or something. And I've got this other transaxle here that originally was in this, but they're the same transaxle. It doesn't matter. I'm going to take this one apart and weld the axles together so it is 2-wheel peel instead of 1-wheel peel, and it'll be better for drifting. Hopefully I do this right, and then I can put it in this one, and I'll have a drift burnout mower. I don't know, something more of a drift mower, off-road, you know. Motor's going to help me as good as she can, so I'm going to get this up there and start tearing it apart. I probably shouldn't be putting this much time and effort and resources and stuff into a transaxle like this, but I'm hoping if I weld the diff, put maybe I will put a different gear oil if I can figure out which one would make it go a little faster. If I can just gain like a couple miles per hour by doing these two mods, then I'm gonna be happy. That'd be better. This transaxle came out of my other race mower. This one came out of that one, which is a 2011. My other one was like a 2009 or 2010, and I'm pretty sure. So the one in it the transaxle in it is older. This one's newer, and this one's got grease zerks right here. I guess there's probably bearings under there, and the grease zerks go directly in there, and something the other one doesn't have, which is kind of interesting. I don't know, but I can about guarantee you these have never been greased. I did grease them, but it was after it was off. I was just testing out my grease gun. So yeah, that's interesting, I guess. But first step is take this off, and then I'm gonna start taking all of these. There's like 20 something, I think, or yeah, about 20 little Torx bits, or Torx screws, bolts, something. So I've got, these are JIS, not Torx. I'm retarded. Well, this is not the right size, so I gotta move the freaking camera. So I'm gonna break all these bolts loose with a ratchet first, and the way you attach one of these to a socket is you just get a 1/4-inch drive socket. No, 1/4-inch drive, but it's for a 1/4-inch size bolt, because that's what these are. The ends of these little thingamajiggers is 1/4-inch, so it fits right in there. It's better if you have one that's magnetic, but it'll work. First I'm going to get a tiny wire brush, and it'd be a Dremel wire brush, but put it in the drill and clean out all these screws, bolts, things. It's way too hot and humid out here for this. Oh my goodness. But I have the whole thing cracked all the way around. I had to use the torch and a chisel and a hammer. Started here, worked my way around, finally got it. And you need to take this thing off. So for my references, I have a Sharpie mark right there and a Sharpie mark right there, which you can't really see. So I should remember that it's there. Make sure it's in neutral before you start all this. So hopefully I can take that off, and then the case will come off, and I'm going to quit for tonight because I need to go feed animals and go to bed. So, yeah. See ya, hopefully, when I get this case off. Don't fall, camera. Alright, hopefully I don't mess anything up. I feel nice warm gear oil. Oh gosh, that's not beautiful, but it's something. Yeah, that's interesting. I think this thing might have only got grease. That is nasty. That is some snarky stuff, boys. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, that is nasty. Oh my goodness, wow. This is, I don't know. Look, there's little balls there. Oh, that's the shifter. Well, no crap, dummy. I hope I don't have to touch any of this except for this. Pull this out, clean it, put it back in, tack it, take it back out, weld the crap out of it. So yeah. Whoo-wee. So this is what makes me go fast. Interesting. So that's crazy. It's just goopy as heck in here. That's just straight grease. You put your grease, the grease zerk is right here and here. That's crazy. It's just soup. Dadgum. I might clean this stuff out and put actual gear oil in it because that is nasty. That's crazy. That's just interesting. I mean, that's nasty. That's some good stuff right here. That's something. Yeah, alright, cool. Cool beans. Well, I'm gonna figure out the best way to take this out to weld it. Because see, look. We've got the old one wheel peel action. That's no bueno. So we gotta weld all these together. And so I'll probably just tack all the spiders together and then weld them. I'm also going to weld them to the case so that this spins. I'm not going to touch any of that right now. But that'll just spin and do stuff. And yeah, it'll be cool. Hopefully, if I don't mess it up. Take a lot of pictures. I'm going to stop yapping. It is day 2 working on the rear diff. Make sure I turned this off. The rear diff on this thing is failing. It's getting tired, so might need to replace that or fix it soon. But I have whatever this gear is, and all of the spiders and axles are out, and I wiped them off with this rag, which we will be sacrificing to the grease monkey because it is now covered with grease. I'm gonna clean all of this out where all this stuff sits in here, and then probably, I don't know if I probably won't brake clean this part, but I'll definitely try my best to clean it out. I will brake clean these parts, set it in there, make sure it all is all set in there. I will heat it up with the torch and then tack it in a million different places, and then I'll take it out and weld it good, and I'll worry about that whenever I do it, but I need to clean this out and then brake clean these parts. So we'll work on that now. Alright, last clip was me, everything cleaned up, and I think I've got it pretty good right now. I got it put back in here. It took me, I don't know, less than 5 minutes, but still kind of a long time, but it all spins pretty nice and good. So there's a little bit of oil on stuff, or grease, that's okay. It took me a little bit to do this, but yeah, I'm gonna watch a video that I took, see if this spider being a little off center was how it was. Looks like it was, because there's a bigger gap, or a small gap here and a bigger gap here, so I think that's how it's supposed to be. I've got everything lined up how it would be if it was in there, and everything spins perfectly good. That spins fine. This spinning and moving this is all that matters. These, you don't want them to move. So I'm going to put a tack here and here, and then I will spin it, the whole thing. I'll spin the whole thing around and tack it a bunch of different places. Obviously heat it up first with the torch. Use probably a medium heat on the welder and just get everything good. Try to make it as straight as possible. We don't want anything warping. It's extra hard metal for gears because they've got a lot of wear and tear that goes on, but it'll buff. So that'll be what I do tomorrow probably, is weld these suckers up. So stay tuned. So I've got this clean, well, partly cleaned up, mostly cleaned up. There's still, like, right there, little balls of slag in here from where I tacked it up. I didn't want to do any more welding than I needed to on here. So the axle is right out here. It's just tacked up really nice for now. Tacked up so that it won't move anymore. I actually went to the store after I tacked it up, let it cool off. So I will preheat it again and then weld it all the way. So yeah, I'll show you all that when it happens, but I was busy before, just wanted to get it tacked up, so I wasn't able to film anything. But clean this up, weld that, then I can shove it all back together. Probably gonna need to go get some RTV though, because I don't have any RTV to seal this case with. Don't look, Arya. Or else you're gonna get flashed. Did you look? I told you not to. Don't look. Hey, you're not supposed to look at this. You're gonna go blind in the middle of the night, you little screwball. Don't look. Welding up spiders now. Spiders to spiders, that is. I have got ultra black gasket maker, RTV, whatever you want to call it. I have run a bead, I've run a bead all the way around here. I've got this, I've got the axle cleaned up. I wire brushed all the flux off of the welds. I wire brushed it. I sprayed it all with water, sprayed everything with water, then I sprayed everything with brake clean, wiped everything down, put it in, got gear oil on here, in here, put some in here, and that is this brand of gear oil. I'm just kidding, it's 8090 gear oil. So that's done. I've got the case over there cleaned up. I wire brushed it. I did wire wheel. I wire wheeled all the way around here where I'm going to be sealing it. So I think I'm going to go over the spots that I missed, like right there, just fix up all those, and then I'm going to slap the case on. Case is on, boys. sweet. Motor, what are you doing? Start all the bolts with, well, by hand. I'll run them down at the impact and then torque them down with that or the 3/8. But it went together. Little gap, but that'll tighten up with the bolts tightening up. So, yeah. Well, I have got the shifter on, all the bolts torqued down. I am actually going to torque these ones down a little bit more, because, I don't know, there's a maybe slight gap right there. Might have missed some RTV right there. It's right there and not actually in where the case is, so hopefully that don't leak. But if it does, I'm going to drill a hole right here and put a plug there, and then I can just fill it up right there. So, we'll be good. I'll grease it before I put it in, but I'm going to do a live tonight and swap this into the race mower. I'm going to drive that to work. Just drive it around before I have the transaxle in, and then put this in. So yeah, that's us plan. I'm pretty tired. I need to go eat lunch. Alright, this is the old transaxle, the one that I did not just weld the diff in. I'm sorry I didn't show y'all like barely anything, but I welded the diff, I put it all together, I bolted it up. It doesn't really leak nowhere, I don't think, except maybe from the axle seals a tiny bit, but it's fine. I've already greased the 2 grease zerks, rode it around today. At first it almost didn't feel like it, like you couldn't feel it shift into, well, when I put it on, I could feel it shift into neutral, reverse, first and second, but it was just smooth going into the last 3 gears. And, I mean, what did I do? I don't know, once I ran it or something, it I could feel all of the gears, shifting through all the gears, which was pretty cool. So yeah, if you want to know how to install a transaxle, I have a video on this channel and my other channel showing pulley swapping this same mower, except my other mower. So go watch that if you want more on any of this stuff. But that's it, and I did just fab up an exhaust, so I'm gonna let her rip here for y'all so y'all can hear it. So yeah, that's our exhaust, but yeah, it's a pretty sweet mower.